Hello everyone. I'm delighted to extend a warm greeting to all the innovation leaders, startups, and investors who are joining us today for EthAum Venture Partners Corporate Innovation Demo Day. We call it a Corporate Innovation Demo Day for a reason, since in today's event, our startups will be focusing on attracting pilots and co-GTM opportunities with the attending innovation leaders, channel partners, and system integrators. Just to introduce myself, I'm Madhu Khandelwal, Managing Partner at EthAum. EthAum is a deep tech revenue accelerator based in Singapore with a portfolio of over 100 B2B and global startups. We are grateful to numerous government agencies, industry associations, channel partners, mentors from Fortune 500 companies, and venture partners who help us to strengthen the ecosystem. Today, 12 deep tech startups who were accepted into the Zero-Based Revenue Scaler July 2023 cohort will be presented. We conduct this program with the sole purpose of securing enterprise pilots, and our sales partners, resellers, and system integrators have consistently supported us in this endeavor. EthAum and its startups put in a lot of effort throughout the program to improve the GTM, acquire customers, fortify the pipeline, and increase the MRR. The startups that are being showcased come from a variety of countries and industries, including BFSI, robotics, food tech, sustainability, and real estate. You will watch the pre-recorded video pitches for 4 minutes before asking 1 or 2 questions. If you wish to look into co-GTM or pilot opportunities with the startups, please set up a deep dive. We also have very amazing jury that is varied and has a lot of experience in innovation space. The jury will rate startups according to a number of criteria and provide feedback at the end of the event. I hope you have fun at the event and fall in love with founders' passion and innovative solutions. I'll now ask Pankaj to move the event along. Once again, thanks a lot for joining the event and supporting us today.
Thanks to Madhu for this energetic start. And now it's time for our esteemed jury to introduce themselves. Jury members, please provide a brief 30 seconds introduction. I would like to start with Chip.
Thank you, Pankaj. Chip Rogers. I'm a Chief Partner Officer at WorkSpan. We're a software platform for co-selling with partners. We're a Series C startup based in Silicon Valley City area, and excited to be here. Personally, I've been with a number of companies throughout my career, but most recently with SAP for 13 years, career in marketing and partnering.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Chip. Really appreciate your support today. Justin?
Sure. Thank you, Pankaj. Justin Christensen, Senior Managing Director of Global Private Equity Partnerships, as well as Alliances here at Unisys Corporation. What we do is we try to help all the portfolio companies scale with their infrastructure and security needs, as well as we take them to market when we find that would be a good fit to help them, help EthAum, and help keep us relevant in the market space as well. Happy to be here.
Thanks a lot, Justin. And obviously, I can't thank you enough for all the support that you provide to us all the times. So really appreciate that. Phoebe.
Thanks, Pankaj, for including me. My name is Phoebe Wan. I'm an investment partner at Amazon's Climate Pledge Fund. We are a multi-stage sustainability fund invested in climate tech. Very looking forward to listen to the pitch. I also spent a long time in Asia, so looking forward to the discussion. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Preeti?
Thank you, Pankaj. Preeti Padmanabhan, Senior Director of Platform and AI Marketing at Freshworks. I also run a podcast called 10X Growth Strategies. I've been in multiple startups, Nutanix, Freshworks, and large companies, Cisco, Dell. I'm really excited to be here. I'm looking forward to hear the pitches, and thanks for including me.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Preeti. Appreciate the support. Abhinav?
Thank you, Pankaj. My name is Abhinav Singh. I'm the Vice President for Business Transformation at Teleperformance. Teleperformance is a global customer experience management firm. I'm based out of the Chicago area, and my background, I've worked with financial services companies like Citibank and JP Morgan Chase. Very excited to be here and looking forward to hearing some of the pitches today.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Abhinav. Michelle?
Yeah, hi. Actually, Michele, original Italian, I'm the Chief Strategy Officer of Tradolab. We are headquartered in Singapore, where I spent about 8 years. Before that, I was with MasterCard, with Capital One. We do provide digital lenders, financial institutions, and insurance companies with behavioral data.
Fantastic.
Happy to be here.
Thanks a lot, Michelle. Your presence is really appreciated. Pooja Shah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Pooja from Concentrix. Concentrix is a customer experience solutions provider, and I work for the Catalyst arm of the business, which is the engineering arm, as a systems integrator. Background, I've been doing technology sales for over 15 years now, and also worked in companies such as TIE, which is a nonprofit organization for startups, as a chair for chartered members. So I'm excited to look at the pitches today.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Pooja. Johannes?
Hi, Johannes Riedel, originally from Germany, located in London. I'm with the Rainmaker and Partners. Rainmaker and Partners is a brokerage where we do deal origination and capital raising. I wear also other hats. For example, I'm the VP of a cybersecurity company and a non-executive director of several other startups. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hemant?
Hello, everyone. Myself, Hemant. Good morning, good evening. I know we have 300 plus participants across globe. So I am an associate vice president with InfoVision, which is an innovation-driven digital transformation company. And I've been with this company for over 5 years, but with 17 plus years of experience in IT consulting and services. So I'm very much excited to be a part of this event. I come from a product management background. I know what is it up to, to start up to have a startup and stand in front of a large audience like this. So very excited to meet you all and look forward to this great event. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Parag?
Hey everyone, hey, Pankaj, thanks for getting me on this. And I work for Citrix. You can probably see my logo behind my window here. I'm based in Florida. I moved from Singapore just about a few months back, and of course I've been working with Pankaj for a while now. And right now I'm kind of Chief Operating Officer at Citrix, kind of having kind of areas of focus as go-to-market, product management, and in my previous lives I've done things across sales, business development, product management. So I've got a pretty kind of varied lines of working, but more customer focused, being more kind of outside in thinking. So look forward to conversations today.
Thanks a lot, Parag. Hopefully you are enjoying USA. Jigyasa.
Hey everyone, thank you, Pankaj, for having me. I'm a machine learning engineer and a data scientist with a focus in deploying large-scale systems for monetization on social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, and e-commerce platforms, which I'm recently working on, called Fair. I work on mostly ads prediction, sponsored content ranking, and recommendation. So I'm really excited to be here and listen to all of your pitches.
Fantastic. Really appreciate all the jury members. Again, thanks a lot for being part of the event. I'm sure we will have some really interesting questions from your side. Just one recommendation, jurors, please don't forget to score startups after their pitches. We will also seek your final take or key takeaway at the end of the pitches. Please use jury suffix with your name so that audience is able to figure out or identify you easily. Before diving into the pitches, I would like to share some housekeeping rules. Please keep yourself muted throughout the presentation or event. Unmute yourself when it is required. Please use chat section or Zoom chat section for the Q&A only. Please don't spam it. If you are a service provider and want to talk about your services, then we will give a few minutes at the end so that you can promote yourself. If you want to ask questions, there's a hand emoji that you can use to ask questions. Now it's time to start our first presentation. It is BoatMate, which is a USA and Turkey-based startup digitizing the marine industry. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Rad, co-founder of BoatMate. The recreational boating industry is unable to adapt to today's digital world. Think boaters when they need product or services like technical support, marinas, or spare parts, finding reliable options is always challenging. Boaters often rely on word of mouth and struggle to connect with businesses. This is because marine businesses have limited digital presence and they are still at an early stage of digitization. Therefore, the industry needs to be redesigned and must match with today's digital world. To address this challenge and transform the industry, we developed BoatMate. BoatMate is a pioneering marine tech hub empowering businesses with digitization, enhancing customer experience and streamlining sales. This is how the very first version of the platform looks like. From a business perspective, BoatMate serves as a digitization hub, offering turnkey solutions for online sales and improved customer experiences. For boaters, BoatMate is the ultimate one-stop platform for working with reliable marine businesses. Boaters can use the BoatMate platform to search, connect, and collaborate with marine businesses, preventing them from getting lost in a vast digital landscape. So now let's explore the market. The US and Europe represent 90% of the global market, with over 20 million boats and over 140 million active boaters. The industry's economic impact in the US alone is more than $230 billion, according to NMA's reports. So while it is untapped market, Boatyard is our main competitor. We believe that our unique business model and scalability set us apart. To enter into the market effectively and achieve a snowball effect on the growth, we also developed BoatMate Business Hub solution. This solution empowers key players in the market, such as marinas, boat dealers, insurance firms, to offer a comprehensive yachting experience to their customers. For example, think marinas. Marinas can create a business hub, inviting their partners worldwide to join. Marinas can provide all the needs of its customers by leveraging the power of a trusted partner network. This approach transforms these key players and make them become a yachting experience company. It unlocks new revenue stream for them, also boost BoatMate's global expansion by helping us acquire boaters and businesses. About the achievement that we have made so far, after securing our very first VC investment at the idea stage, we have received more than 250 marine business registration and over 1,300 boater signups for testing. We have forged strategic partnership and entered accelerator programs in the US and Singapore. Our business model relies on subscription and commissions from marine businesses. We aim to achieve $100 million turnover in 3 years. So meet the team behind the BoatMate. We are two co-founders. Asim leads the technical aspect and I drive business development. With over 15 years of experience for each, we are also backed by a renowned team, globally recognized advisors, and investors. So we believe BoatMate is set to disrupt and redesign the recreational boating industry worldwide. We are looking for visionary and passionate investors that look for disruptive business models. Invest in BoatMate to make history in the recreational boating industry. Thank you so much.
Okay, Judy, do we have questions for Murad from BoatMate?
I can go first, Pankaj, if that's okay.
Oh, please.
A quick one, Murad. Thank you for the presentation. It was very impressive. You talked about the business model having subscriptions and commissions. Boats can cost wildly different. So do you have a strategy around how you're targeting the different segments of people who are coming to buy or sell?
I couldn't understand the question well. Do you mean, can we use the same technology for other verticals or something else?
I'm just trying to understand, how do you segment the target market?
Okay. So, mainly we are targeting the business side. And on the business side, our primary target is starting from marinas, technical services, and then, continuing with the marine services. But at the number one priority, we have marinas. Second is the technical services.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Murat, Preeti here. So what I understood was you're setting up a platform for consumers who own boats and the marinas for commerce transactions. Is your business model like a percentage of the transaction? What are the different business models you're exploring to get to that revenue traction?
Yeah, we have some freemium part. Companies have their profile for free, or boaters have their profile for free. But when it comes to using our marine e-commerce solutions or payment solution kind of things, then we ask some subscription and commission, and we have different plans. Low subscription, a bit higher commission, high subscription, lower commission kind of things.
I think we can take one more question from William or Bill. Bill, please introduce yourself as well with the question.
Hello there. Sorry about that. Yeah, William Genovese, very briefly. I am a executive partner in Kyndryl Consult, CIO advisory partner. Kyndryl is the next division of IBM. Used to be IBM Global Technology Services. I spent over a decade with IBM in 4 divisions, a number of patents. Been a 4-time CIO and CTO in startups, and was also a mentor, coach, and advisor in New Chip Accelerator. Primarily focused on financial services and health tech, healthcare secondarily. My question for Murat was on the addressable market. Have you gotten down into, on a regional and global basis, total addressable market in terms of revenue, potential revenue, as well as service addressable and service operational market? Have you gotten down into that lens? This is a very crowded space, so it'd be interesting to know that.
Correct. We made some studies. In general, only in the U.S., the economic impact of the boating industry is more than $230 billion, and we call it as our total addressable market. The serviceable market is around $70 billion, and serviceable addressable market is around $20 billion. And in this giant space, still the competition is very low. So we have a huge chance, huge opportunity ahead of us.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Murat. I know there are a bunch of other questions. I would request you to take those questions in Zoom chat because we need to move on to the next presentation. Next presentation is from Zero Circle, which is a US-based startup creating green financing opportunities for small to mid-sized businesses. And here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hemant Seri, and I'm the founder of Zero Circle. We are a climate fintech startup that's on a mission to unlock sustainable financing for small and medium businesses by creating a marketplace for green loans. Today, there are over $60 trillion of assets under management in various forms of loans and pension funds that will have to be transformed to sustainable or green assets over the next 10 to 20 years to meet some of the net zero commitments. In addition to that, many small and medium businesses do not have an easy way to access and qualify for these green loans. Most tier 1 banks have green bond programs to finance $50 to $100 million energy projects. And there are various microfinancing programs for farmers in developing nations to support sustainable transition. But there are no viable options for a small business like an independent truck driver who's trying to decarbonize his 10-truck fleet. The process today is complex, expensive, and non-standard. The market for this is huge. A recent report from McKinsey stated that $3.5 trillion of new investments are required every year to meet some of our net zero commitments. And today, sustainable funds only account for 4% of the global fund market. We have a long way to go, and every business must get started today. This is where Zero Circle can help. We are an innovative marketplace connecting businesses and lenders to access and deploy green loans. Our AI-powered marketplace helps businesses qualify for green loans by creating a comprehensive lender-focused sustainability profile. We then align and connect businesses with relevant lenders based on lender-specific impact and sustainability criteria. Once the loan has been issued, we partner with the business to monitor their ongoing sustainability-related milestones and covenants identified by the loan. By creating the lending tree for green finance, we can unlock new opportunities, increase returns, and reduce risk for both the lenders and the organization. We have developed a proprietary multi-stage framework that combines data, analytics, and AI to automate the sustainability assessment for mid-sized organizations. This will help the organization very quickly set up their lender-specific impact performance scorecard to help them pre-qualify for green loans on the marketplace. The platform today is live for SMBs to build their sustainability profile, and we plan to launch the marketplace in the next 3 months. Here's an example of an impact performance scorecard generated by the platform. At the top, you'll find the company information, including their credit and risk scores, as well as their KYC and diverse entity assessment. Beneath this, you'll see the organization's financial performance for the project. Additionally, the organization provides sustainable KPIs, which are a simplified version of the green bond requirements used by many large financial institutions. Finally, any material disclosures and policies provided by the company will also be included. We currently support GRI, SASB, and SDG sustainability reporting frameworks using our AI capabilities. This information is combined to create the impact performance scorecard for this organization on behalf of a specific lender. Depending on the lender's requirements, different scorecards are generated for each lender to pre-qualify them for the lender's viability on the marketplace. We have had strong traction across the entire assessment lifecycle since we launched at the start of the year. We have multiple pilots underway, 2 RFPs, and discussions with several financial institutions to partner with during the launch of the marketplace. We're currently also helping qualify about $10 million in green loans using our platform. We also have the right team to make this a success. With over 20 years of experience, I have developed enterprise-grade solutions focused on financial services, supply chains, and sustainability. My partners Ambi and Ragul are entrepreneurs and have successfully scaled products to $100 million in revenue for small and mid-sized businesses during their careers. My previous role as Chief Product Officer for the Risk and Compliance Organization at Dun & Bradstreet inspired me to launch Zero Circle. We aim to incorporate the same compliance frameworks used by numerous organizations today into the green loan programs and accelerate a sustainable transformation to a net zero world. Thank you for your time, and please reach out if you have any questions.
Fantastic. I see we have a question from Phoebe. Phoebe, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for the good presentation. I'm quite interested to understand, like, with the rising interest in like different jurisdictions around the globe, like how do you see that factor impact your business?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Actually, we've been seeing some interesting things happening because of the rising interest rate and some of the issues with the SVB banks that have kind of happened in the last few months, right? Many community banks and smaller banks are needs to start to differentiate themselves because of those interest rate changes and also because of the fact that they're losing deposits. So they're starting to actually create these kind of green loan products within their banks so they can actually attract new types of customers. It's kind of an interesting, reverse phenomenon that I'm actually seeing with this. In addition to that, I believe that interest rates, many of the banks actually use government funds for some of these programs, as well as creates incentives for companies that are trying to do green transition and use that as a way to attract customers. So while I see there's macroeconomic factors, I do see, pockets of interesting trends that are happening at a micro level that I think we can ride along with and then kind of build out the solution with them.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Hemant. We have next question from Chip Rogers. Please go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I had to unmute. Hemant, exciting opportunity. How do you see defending against existing, incumbents like a Lending Tree from just providing this, additional metadata into their existing process?
I would say 2 things, right? One is we are not trying to be the financing platform. We're trying to be the assessment platform. So what that means is our objective is to potentially integrate with as many banks and underwriting processes as possible, right? Across different, types of lending programs. There's credit facilities, there's, supply chain financing, there's, standard loan programs. So there's a lot of various ways we can kind of tap into the market. And secondly, the market is huge right now. Even if we get 5% of the overall market, I think we'll be a long-term business for a very long time, right? So I don't anticipate, and there's a reason why there's so many payment providers and there's so many, financing providers, because the market is very big for that. So we are not looking to conquer the world. We're looking to capture a pretty strong slice of a big market.
And I see there's a lot of excitement for Zero Circle because there are many questions. I would request you to take those questions in the chat section, please. We'll have to move on to the next presentation, which is InStories. InStoried is a US and India-based startup. They built Cathy.ai to help marketing leaders with video content creation. And here we go.
Hi. Do you wish to create a great video? This is exactly what you need to do. Firstly, spend hours to write that perfect script. Second, invest in expensive equipment to get that awesome shot. Third, hire a mind-blowing video editor to create magic with your video. Or you could also do this. Invest in InStory's mind-blowing product, Kathy.ai. Now, this lady is a one-stop shop for video generation and analysis. Yes, she can completely revolutionize the way you imagine and create videos. Now, this awesomeness comes with an incredible set of features. A very easy to use interface for quick and efficient video generation. With a repository of over 70 million plus videos. And that's not all. The cherry on top, you can now add your own videos, voiceovers to personalize your content. At the cusp of generative AI, our incredible team has focused on 3 markets primarily: content creators or influencers, businesses targeting brand awareness and social media, and video editing teams which are deriving insights to optimize their content strategy. The global market for videos is over $400 billion large, with companies like Synthesia having raised over $150 million, hence validating the fact that there is huge potential in this space. At the intersection of videos and generative AI, we at InStoried are determined to create a dent in the universe. With SaaS and a very flexible pricing, you can now create your videos in less than $1. Isn't that awesome? I'm happy to share that our hard work has started yielding results already. We've already got 50 plus B2B customers with over 300,000 plus signups, and with an average time spent that is stickiness quotient of 27 minutes. Now, let me tell you that as per Y Combinator, for any SaaS tool that can garner over 12 minutes in stickiness quotient is here to stay. So now that speaks for itself, right? We have already got API calls of over 10,000 plus per minute, and we've raised $5 million already from global investors, and we also have 10 plus channel partners in the US. So with this awesome technology, you can now create your videos at speed, at scale, and at very affordable prices. I'm also delighted to share that we've got some incredible customer feedback so far on our product, hence reassuring and reinforcing the fact that persistence is the biggest talent. Like any other great company, it is the team that essentially decides its future. I'm Sharmin, and I'm the founder and CEO at InStoried with my co-founder and CTO, Sudhanshu. We've known each other for 20 years now, and we've already sold one company each before this. We started this company in 2019, and we've already moved mountains in the last few years with a collective experience of 25 plus years and having absolutely complementary skill sets. I've worked with Fortune 500 companies in the past, and Sudhanshu has a master's in AI. And with this complementary experience, we are here to absolutely create magic with our tool now. I'm also happy to share that we've already given 12x plus exits to our first 3 investors. If you'd still like to talk to us and want to know more about the product, I'm happy to have a chat with you. Please do reach out to us. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Sharmin is available to answer questions. Zach, please go ahead.
Hi there. Thank you very much for that pitch. Very, very clear and to the point. You've given very clear information all the way through. A question that I have is in terms of investments and your investment round that you have now, what's the plan for that? You've raised a significant amount in the past. What's going forward now?
Yeah, hi, Zach. Thank you so much for that question. Yes, we are in the middle of a fundraise. one lesson that, COVID has probably taught all of us is that, no money is ever enough. There's always, room for some extra buck in the bank. So yes, we are currently raising, another $5 million. Yeah, we are in talks for that. Yes.
Now, how far along is that going right now?
So actually, we've just started. We are looking at closing it hopefully in the next quarter. Yes.
Okay. I think we should take that offline. Zach, please. Hemant.
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. So, Shami, this was a great product. So, having used similar products and being a big fan of this technology, right? I would like to know the key differentiating factor, just one that keeps you guys different from Synthesia or the others you just mentioned in the list.
Yeah. So first of all, when you talk about Synthesia, right? So if you saw that I'd mentioned it on an indirect competition. So the reason being that, Synthesia, essentially what they do is that they use something called as deepfake technology. I'm sure you've heard of it, a lot in the last few months. So using that, let's say if you have a tool and you want to promote your product, so, you could just get a face of whatever ethnicity, nationality that you want, put in a beautiful accent to it, and then, use that to essentially talk about your tool, your product. However, we don't do that. What we do is essentially text to video conversion, number one. And number two is that, we analyze your videos, we summarize your videos, we create highlights from that. So that is the biggest difference, between them and us. And the second thing being that, we essentially have a very large database of already existing videos. We've, also partnered with platforms like Shutterstock, Pixabay, etc., to, sort of give us that whole 70 million plus data points. We've also partnered with, 7 Ivy League universities in the US. I'm based in Austin, and I'm working very closely with the team at UT Austin. So yeah, that's where we are.
Fantastic, Charmin. Thanks a lot for that answer. We'll have to move on to the next presentation. And if you have more questions for Charmin, please use chat section. Next is Booked from Hong Kong, which offers private modular work booths with access control. Here we go.
This is Ben. He's the CEO of a fast-growing tech company in Hong Kong. Last year, he moved his team from a co-working space into his own office. But Ben had problems: lack of meeting space, fitting everyone into the office with all the growth, and managing people who were working from home. He thought about renovating to create some meeting rooms, but was put off by the cost. He was also worried about spending money now when his lease expired in a year. Ben's dilemma reflects common pain points in commercial real estate. First, office decisions can be a nightmare. Companies are forced to anchor their growth assumptions in office leases that can extend over multiple years. Getting it wrong means either too much space or not enough. Second, the rise in work from home has knock-on effects on companies in terms of how they manage their teams and get the most out of their offices. It's also resulted in a need for more flexibility and speed. But what if I told you that you could build flexibility into your office at 70% less than the cost of traditional renovations? What if you could gain access to key data analytics to maximize your office use? And what if this could be done in days rather than months? I'm David, co-founder and CEO of Booked, and that's where we come in. We offer a modular platform comprising hardware and software that enables companies and landlords to easily set up and manage fully automated workspaces in their existing offices or buildings. Here's how it works. Start with a warm shell, or any space will do. Pick your modular furniture that you need. Add our access control, booking technology, and occupancy sensors to automate the space. Finally, you can manage the space with our mission control platform, including data analytics on how each space or desk is being used. And there you have it, a fully automated workspace. Our business model is simple and transparent. One-off charges for hardware and monthly SaaS fees for the software. For certain use cases, we also do revenue share. Now, we launched our first product, our Smart Booths, in May of 2021. Today, we have clients across property, education, finance, and education sectors. Clients such as Tandem, who is turning an empty space in an apartment block in Toronto into an automated co-working amenity for residents, or Hong Kong's Vocational Training Council, which is converting large areas of their libraries into bookable collaboration and meeting spaces using our tech. They use Booked because our solution is proven to either increase revenues or asset values through amenities and monetization opportunities, or reduce costs through automation, rapid deployment, and decreased renovation costs. I'm David, I've grown startups in Europe and Asia. My co-founders, Charles, deep operations background from private equity, and Ken, he was part of the team that developed the contactless card system being used by the Beijing Metro. Between us, we have 3 exits and 6 patents. Now, earlier I talked about my friend Ben. He solved his office problem with our access control and booth systems. In the first month after installation, our data analytics showed his new spaces were 60% utilized. His team loved them, so he bought 2 additional systems. He just moved his team into a new office and moved our systems along with them. We've helped to future-proof his workspace. Office space is becoming a service made to fit business strategies where productivity is synonymous with tech-enabled collaboration. Our vision is a future workplace that is as easy and plug and play as any other outsourced tech stack within a company. We're scaling rapidly and are seeking pilot opportunities with real estate developers, educational institutions, or Fortune 1000 corporates in Asia and North America, as well as potential channel and financing partners. Flexibility in real estate doesn't have to cost the earth. Talk to us to find out how we can work together. Thank you.
Fantastic. Questions for David? Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, David, thank you very much for sharing. A question, I'm a bit confused as to who the kind of ideal customer is. Is it someone like WeWork, like Tandem, that has space and they want to better utilize that? Or is it the person that is needing space, the end user? You used Ben as the example, because it was a bit kind of confused between the two.
Yeah, that's a good question. Look, we're a B2B, we're a B2B2C play. We do not go direct to consumer. So there are benefits, obviously, for teams and users who are wanting to use, say, an automated workspace or some of our automated workspace solutions. But really what we're targeting is corporates, landlords, real estate developers, institutionals, basically people who are wanting to convert their spaces into or optimize their spaces and create that kind of flexibility that they're looking for.
Great, thank you.
Next question from Neil. Neil, please go ahead.
Hi, David. Great presentation. One question I have, it looks like in your booths, there's a step going in. What are you doing for handicap accessibility?
Yeah, that's actually, I was wondering whether somebody was going to ask that question, actually. So look, I mean, what we're doing, Tandem actually had the same issue, right, in Toronto. And obviously, accessibility is a big thing. What we can do is we actually have we can create sort of a ramp system where people, say in wheelchairs who are accessibly, who have issues with sort of taking that step, can just roll up into the booth themselves. So it's basically like a slight ramp incline that can actually lead in without having to actually take a step up.
Okay, thanks a lot, David. I just realized that Zoom chat section is feeling pretty lonely. So if you want to use that for questions and answers, please use that. If you want to compliment a startup, that's the perfect place to compliment a particular startup. Okay, next is Pentab from Singapore and Malaysia. They are providing AI-powered investment tool to family offices and high net worth individuals. And here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yong. I'm technical founder of Pentab. And 4 years ago, when we started this company, it's because we believe in AI technology. We believe that one day AI will replace all the investment activities in the world. And when we actually build a product and we go to market, the top 3 questions that we ask by our client is, first, is this AI automate? The answer is yes. And the second question that our client asks is this AI perform better, smart enough? The answer is yes. And the last question, which is the critical question, is this AI customizable for our investment need? And the answer is yes. And that's why our client chooses us to engage with our AI fund manager technology. And how do we actually do that? In this chart, it actually shows the architecture. And in all the data here, all the icon here, the most important one is data, global data. Because data will decide how the AI monitor, how the AI manage, how the AI make decision. So we spent 2 years for the data cleaning, data structure design, data collection process, and all these things. And we feed the data for the AI to make the investment decision. So what the AI performance is, how it looks like. The answer is 31% annualized. And where does 31% come from? This 31% come from this table. And this table have the AI for India, There's AI for US, there's AI for Japan, there's AI for Germany. Our client can choose where they want to invest, when they want to put their asset, and they can assign our AI fund manager to manage for them. And that is also how our client engages us. So I give an example. Here, we use Japan AI as a showcase. And the reason that why we use Japan AI as showcase is because usually people think that Japan is actually not really performing. But AI actually beat the index quite a lot because AI are very good in looking for opportunity. So I give you an example. Let's say you are a family office and you want to allocate your asset outside of your familiar region. So let's say you are not familiar with Japan market. So instead of looking for a human fund manager, you actually come to us and use our AI fund manager to manage for your investment in the Japan. So that's how we serve our client. And our client avatar is a family office that have invested for many, many years, and they are multi-generation family. And how long time have we actually achieved this traction? We actually go to market at 2023 April, and until now it's 2023 August. And we already have 2 clients and committed for the multiple million US dollar to let the AI to run the investment for them on the region that they are not familiar. And one is multi-generation family office, and another is a high net worth in Australia. And how they engage with us? They engage with us with AI joint venture, AI JV model. In short to say is actually we form our JV company with the AI and let the AI to manage for their wealth. And also in the last month, Fusion Capital will repurpose a VCC fund for us to offer the personalized AI fund manager to individual high net worth that are not willing to set up a joint venture. They can directly park the fund and manage by Fusion with our AI technology. And meanwhile, we are also raising $5 million US for our Series A through Pentec AI Investment Access Fund managed by VCorp and this EthAum cohort. Feel free to reach out to us. We will share with you the Japan AI sample that generated by the system, the PDF format, as a start. Thank you very much.
Okay, questions for Young? Zach, please go ahead.
Hi there. A question I have, so obviously this is a space that seems very saturated at the moment. What makes this so different to what is available out there at the moment?
We are actually very unique. And then, but let's say what is actually offered out there. 95% of what they call AI, 95% of the company, what they call AI is actually that invest in ETF, which means that it's not an investment decision on the individual stock. Because to analyze the individual stock, first thing we need to do is collect global data. So that's the first thing that we do. But then to go into ETF is much more easier. So that's why the 95% of solutions out there, they are actually more like a sales channel technology, not a hedge fund analysis technology. So we are actually we actually dive into the most smallest direct investment to the equity market.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other question? Okay, fantastic. If there are more questions, please use chat section. Next is Soaring Robotics, which is a US-based startup leveraging robotics, computer vision, and AI to automate the cannabis production. And here we go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Natal Partansky, founder and CEO of Sorting Robotics. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what Sorting Robotics is currently doing in the automation space and where we're going to. First off, I'd like to address the problem that we're currently tackling, and that is the lack of automation in the cannabis industry. As the cannabis industry moves from cottage to commercial production, there needs to be automation to scale the industry. The first component that we've developed is a robotic arm that comprises of a computer vision system and an operating system that makes us very nimble when it comes to providing solutions to our customers. Next, we've developed a unique hardware solution to infuse pre-rolls called the GECO robot. The GECO uses a calibrated injection system to dose cannabis cigarettes with concentrate or distillate material to improve their THC percentage. By creating an automated process to do this, we can allow manufacturers that buy from us to scale in a cost-effective manner. We build all of these solutions into a unified system that is also tied together with a telemetry backend that goes into a cloud analytics software that we've built in-house, and we've called it Laka. This is just our initial foray into making a unified solution for our customers in the cannabis industry. Eventually, we look to apply this unified solution into other industries as well. In the cannabis industry, we work with some of the best brands in the business. One of them is Tilray, the biggest company for cannabis in Canada. And we also have customers in every recreational legal state in the United States. So what is our go-to-market for the company? Well, first, we started in e-commerce, in the trading card industry. Then we scaled up into cannabis, and we've been in the cannabis industry for 4 years. The cannabis industry has allowed us to build a sustainable infrastructure on the hardware side and the software side, customer service, and sales. Looking forward, we're planning to scale into other verticals as well. Life sciences is the current focus, and possibly hospitality in the future. In the cannabis industry, we're uniquely positioned as a leader, and we build the devices that other companies can't. Eventually, they try to catch up and create competitive systems. We know the customer very deeply and understands the problems that they face on a visceral level, so we're usually about 18 months ahead of the rest of the curve. This success has been well documented in the media with Forbes, Rolling Stones, and various cannabis-specific publications, exclaiming that we are the market leader when it comes to developing robots for cannabis manufacturers. Currently, the company is about 12 people, with my co-founder Cassio and I starting things a little over 5 years ago. Now we have a management and operational team that is robust and seasoned in various businesses and engineering disciplines. Our team serves as a great foundation for building future products in the industry and scaling out other verticals. Thank you for your time, and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Fantastic. We have Notal on the call to answer your questions. Zach?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Notal. Very nice to meet you. Quick question. You mentioned other verticals that you can get into with this technology. Although right now you're in the cannabis industry, how quickly could you get into the other industries, or do you need cannabis to kind of ride out for a while to do that?
No, our kind of infrastructure backend in terms of the software and then also the hardware side, it allows us to be pretty flexible. So after identifying a new industry and purposely codifying the problem, it'll take us around 3 to 6 months to develop a new solution. Generally, we have like 80% of the whole infrastructure completed. It's more about retuning to whatever we're looking at.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. Pooja?
What are the risks that you're seeing in manufacturing of the hardware, the robots? And are you manufacturing it in a specific region?
So we have a global supply chain for all of our robotic systems. When I say global, I mean it's not just China. It's China, Taiwan, India, Europe, South America, and then also a local supply chain here in LA. We don't really have many supply chain issues, and that's mostly because we're normally buying our electronics on like a 6-month lead time, even though it may say on the sticker that it's 4 to 6 weeks. There's been a few times when we've had pretty long delays, and then now we just project out pretty far, and we don't really have any issues.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Pooja, Notal. Next is Kernel, which is a US-India-based startup solving intuitive financial solutions or tools to SMBs in South Asia. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Becca, co-founder of Kernel, and we help micro businesses in India to survive the new GST scheme, the new tax requirements. There are few historic trends that converge around India these days. One is the huge generational shift, the number of internet users, which is over the top and second largest in the world, as well as financial inclusion. Since introduction of UPI, the amount of people having bank accounts has skyrocketed. And nowadays, people are ready to receive and pay digitally and start doing business digitally. And on top of that comes India's destiny to become the global superpower. And for that, number one priority is to eliminate the gray economy and invest the tax revenues in infrastructure, education, healthcare, etc. And India has been very consistent in planning and efficient in implementing the tax reform. It all started with demonetization and then covered the top of the pyramid. And starting this year, from 1st of August, every small business has to issue an e-invoice. I mean, everybody who is above 5 crores in annual turnover, e-invoice on every sale that they make. And starting next year, after the elections, it's gonna capture the entire market. So for micro businesses, being digital is no longer an option, because to comply, you need to digitize. So this is a matter of survival for the smaller guys. And the market is just getting figured out. So nobody owns it yet. But again, there are either point solutions for micro businesses or comprehensive accounting software, which they cannot operate. Their outsourced accountants usually do it. Only Zoho provides full suite solution, but it's way too expensive and it's way too sophisticated for the micro guys. So we built a mobile-first solution for micro businesses to help them digitize their entire operations. And we see tax compliance as our foothold in the market, but on top of that, we are providing them with additional features to help to increase the value we deliver to them and increase stickiness. At the end of the day, we're building the embedded finance platform to empower micro businesses to get their hands on easy, short-term loans. After building successful products in Georgia and the Philippines, we expanded to India 18 months back, already have over 70,000 users with over-the-top retention rates, and over 2,000 crores have been already built through Kernel. And we've been distributing the product through partnerships as well as providing loans to our customers through the partners. And we've seen that through the partnerships, our partners have been able to boost their customer satisfaction and engagement, as well as the retention rates. Apart from that, we've been able to help them decrease the acquisition costs through the billing software and then upsell and cross-sell additional financial products, including working capital loans. Of course, we have open APIs and easy to integrate, but we also have white label solution, which helps our partners to take over-the-shelf solution for the billing part rather than develop their own solutions. And we're open for different ways and different business models in terms of the partnership. So if you want to help us deliver this huge value to micro businesses and help them survive this change, please feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beka. We have questions from Abhinav. Abhinav, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is a great idea and good initiative here. I'm sure you're aware there are, almost every state in India has a different language that they speak. I'm curious to know if you have any plans to provide, or are you already providing multilingual support specific to the Indian market?
Beka?
I think he's on mute.
Beka, are you on mute?
Sorry for that.
I think.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry for the environment. I'm traveling, so had to hop on with a mobile. So that's a great question, and thanks for that. So our software is mostly in English, but again, we have Hindi and Singlish as options for users who want to use that language. We don't have other languages inbuilt right now because that really increases the velocity, basically. So it kind of decreases the speed with which we can develop if we add multiple languages. So we decided to put it forward a bit farther in the pipeline. But again, the southern states mostly speak English, and the western part where we are most concentrated in terms of customers, Hindi and English defined.
Fantastic. Chip, I think you have a question.
Sure, Becca. Yeah, really interesting. Great. Seems like a great market and opportunity. How are you using product-led growth? Do you have loops inside the product to to bring other customers on board? And I see you have a freemium offer, but are there other things that where you're sort of building the engagement and bringing other customers on, having customers bring other customers on?
Of course. Thanks a lot for the question. So we've been basically able, and that's what we've been doing, to validate the product problem fit, as we call it. So we now know for sure that the product quality is good because we are able to convert over 51% more precisely of users who show up for demo towards the customers. And now the next step, we'll be launching that in the first quarter next year, is what we call a two-sided platform. So if I issue an invoice, it would be your purchase order, basically. And the invoice contains all the information about your business, including the name, the tax ID, address, which are the key inputs for the tax purposes in India. And with one click, we will onboard also the second side of the deal, basically. So this is the growth loop and kind of virality loop that we are building into the product. In terms of the general expansion to the market, we saw, and we've experimented with all the channels, but we see that the most efficient way to do this is to use the existing networks of the partners who serve the same customer segment but don't have the competing product, and kind of run on top of their solution and just provide the customer success on our end. So this is the model with which we are currently expanding in the market.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Becca. And yeah, if you have more questions, please use chat section. Next is Conformance X.
Thank you.
A UK startup making drug launch process more efficient and streamlined. Here we go.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present Brand Launch X. We are a team of distinguished global brand launch experts and consultants hailing from the life science industry, armed with extensive experience in product launches. The genesis of our venture lies in a curious observation. While new drug launches are pivotal for these life science companies, a staggering 90% of them end in failure, a challenge often swept under the rug. In response, Conformance was founded in August 2021 to create a launch platform to empower launch leaders. Our research unveiled a scarcity of accessible launch-related data scattered across various sources, leading to a lack of accountability when launches falter.
Hello, my name is Bob Glasser, and I previously ran marketing for Merck here in the US. I've had the great pleasure of working with the team here at Conformance X on an exciting new solution to help pharmaceutical marketers and specifically new product launch teams to be more successful with their launches in today's changing environment. I don't need to tell you that drug launches are highly intricate endeavors involving multiple tasks, teams, and resources. However, over the past 3 years since COVID-19, research from EY, Deloitte, McKinsey, and IQVIA have concluded that some 86 new drug launches underperformed by 42% compared to pre-pandemic benchmarks, costing their companies over $10 billion in lost revenues. The root causes identified include misalignment of teams, inefficiencies in planning, and inadequate resources, all contributing to a lackluster performance in the critical first 6 months. With this in mind, we embarked on a series of workshops to better identify these challenges in real time, culminating in the development of a definitive framework to construct a platform that will allow more successful new drug launches.
After 18 months of dedication and effort, we proudly present Brand Launch X, the epitome of successful drug launch strategies. Brand Launch X is an intelligent IT platform that maintains constant vigilance over every facet of the drug launch journey, providing you real-time insights, updates, and alerts. This cutting-edge system is further bolstered by our esteemed panel of brand launch experts. The system is structured into 3 major segments. The very first section is Planner, which is a repository of over 1,500 tasks, enabling customization, template usage, or import of other existing plans. The second segment is Launch Impact Navigator, which is an AI-powered early warning system, identifying launch risks and their impact, facilitating the course correction to ensure the on-time and budget launch delivery. The final section is Recommender, which will deliver launch benchmarks based on live data, optimizing new drug launches. Brand LaunchX is a purpose-built for life sciences companies, designed in collaboration with global brand launch experts and tailored for global launch leaders. The system is highly customizable, enabling you to craft your bespoke launch plans. It's very, very scalable. You can host multi-brand, multi-country, multilingual launches. Brand LaunchX is very flexible and can import data from various tools like Excel, Smartsheets, or datasets. And knowing the industry compliances, the system is GDPR and HIPAA compliant, ensuring encryption and anonymization.
Brand LaunchX reduces time involved in alignment and visibility by over 70%, enabling business to efficiently strategize their launches. The platform's capacity to optimize collaboration and alignment, aided by audit trails, can reduce unproductive discussions and duplication of efforts by over 50%, enabling conformity and accountability. Brand LaunchX also impacts financial, offering potential savings of up to 25 to 30% in launch value creation. Brand LaunchX provides visibility across the launch journey, aiding decision-making, thus maximizing the potential for positive drug launch performance. Thank you.
Hey, questions for Abhijit and Ankitash? Can you see Paul on the list? Yeah, Jack, please go ahead.
Yes, quick question. So in terms of the kind of balance between software usage and still having a consultant going through this with that company, what's the balance there? How much input is still required from a consultant or from an agency to go through this process?
So we believe initially it will be around 10%, and we have a whole end-to-end solution. We have figured out the frameworks. So we will have our client success managers who will be connecting with the single point of contact within the pharma company based on our discussion. And we just need inputs so that we can validate the data with our data at the back end so that we can provide the right insights.
Great, thank you.
Okay, yeah, Pooja, please go ahead.
Could you share a little bit about the market size and opportunity for this?
Yeah, the market is huge, to be honest. It varies from country to country. When you talk of US, we have got so many drugs in the pipeline. On an average, 50 to 60 drugs are launched, which is launched across multiple markets. So the 7 are the main markets, which is EU5, Japan, and US. But then they are spread out, sequentially across countries and launched in their own way. So every country has their own regulatory approvals. And this system allows you to kind of customize by country. So minimal, you think of one drug launched in 100 plus countries, and similarly for 50 on an average. And then there are brand extensions as well. On any single year, you have at least 100 to 150 kind of launches. I'm talking of branded drugs, and we can go beyond to other, medical devices once we have validated our models to cosmetology, medical devices, and others.
Okay, we can take one more question from Ms. Gupta.
So what traction have you seen so far?
We are having some good traction so far with some of the big companies like AstraZeneca, Novartis. Even now they have been struggling, because they use Excel and Smartsheets and the data sits in different functions. So we are having some late stage discussions, but we're yet to sign a pilot with one of the companies. So that's what we're pushing for to validate the model.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Abhijit. And if there are more questions, please use Zoom chat section. I put a message in the Zoom chat. Please feel free to show some love to our LinkedIn live event. But yeah, next is Geo Alert, which offers instant analysis of any location using satellite and aerial images. And here we go.
Hi there, I'm Georgia, founder and CEO of Geo Alert. We develop AI mapping platform to digitize and automatically map the real-world objects using satellite and aerial imagery. Are we about to map the whole world? No, not true. Actually, companies like Google, Microsoft, Facebook claim to digitize the whole planet, and they do contribute a lot into the open mapping data. AI has the potential to revolutionize the mapping workflows, as it's considered by Google Bard. Okay, Google, sorry, but the point which is missing here is how we're gonna implement this technology into the real business applications. And this is what our product is about. And more important, as the world is not static, it's continuously changing all around us, how to get this information updated for the specific location requested by user. This is how our platform is designed. You can get easily started with web application cloud-based, no need to purchase commercial software, no need to purchase commercial imagery. Everything is connected. And we provide API to power your own applications with AI mapping capabilities. Mapflow is used globally. Here you see the heat map of Mapflow active users for some 3 months during 2023. Let's get more business specific. What kind of applications can be powered by our platform? Technology allows to generate 3D objects from 2D imagery. No LiDAR, no stereo imagery, and it's extremely useful and cheap for telecom companies to design and plan their radio frequency networks when it comes to the large scale. Another one is related to optimizing of imagery costs, detection of construction sites, and updating of the maps more frequently. Another case is related to vegetation management within power line corridors. Our technology allows to extract vegetation areas, predict vegetation heights, and report power line stakeholders about potential vegetation risks within the protected zones. Launched in 2021, Mapflow has more than 1,000 active users monthly. We have 2 large, dozens of small clients, and the growing number of leads across different industries, from digital mapping to urban planning, consultancy, etc. To tell the truth, extraction of information from satellite imagery is decades old. Yet the market was disrupted by AI technology and the availability of affordable Earth observation sensors. And it could be much more fascinating if not only 2% of all downstream applications from space technologies related to Earth observation applications versus 26 upstream. So how you gonna launch satellites more and more if you don't know about adoption and demand on this data in the real business world? Development of the software as a service cloud-based platform looks like a reliable and long-term strategy here. With my co-founders, we are passionate about maps and data, and we invite you to join us in this fascinating, never boring journey to launch the pilot projects with large enterprises having our successful records in these industries, and develop our product towards the wider range of users to unlock the fascinating opportunities that this market has. Thank you.
Fantastic. Preeti, you have a question for GOG? Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for that presentation. So question about what, you talked about few use cases like agriculture and telecom. What areas have your primary customers been, and how do you monetize your solution?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, we are targeting customers across different industries because the need of geospatial data is ubiquitous, but mostly we are focused on telecom. Telecom companies in a great need of cheap and scalable data, and we are trying to provide the data analysts to get hands on this continuously updated data coming from recent images and extract it with the power of AI. And actually, there are companies who manage utilities like power line operators, and we are targeting these companies. We have the one customer who is managing power line across large areas and who is responsible for detection of risks and mitigation of this risk within power line corridors.
Fantastic. Abhinav, please go ahead.
Thank you. Gregory, this was a really good presentation. Thank you. I'm just curious to know, is there a usable case for freight movement? Can you use this product for ocean or air freight movement?
You mean like illegal fishing or some kind of these things that are happening in maritime?
I'm thinking more containers moving on planes or ships.
I see. Yeah, it could be used. It could be leveraged. Yeah, actually, everything which is related to leverage of geospatial imagery with AI is relevant to, and our technology can power these applications. So we consider it as a platform connected to the global sources of data, and it can be applied to different cases with the help of our partners, otherwise with the expertise of our end users. So that's why we are in the close collaboration with our end users. And very important is the last mile of the implementation of this platform. Actually, we are struggling here a lot, but the adoption is going slow, but we hope that it will go faster and it will come to the better future.
Sure. Abhinav, probably we can schedule a separate call to brainstorm that use case. Gavinraj or Raj?
Yes. Hey, thank you for having us. So I recently worked for Hitachi Energy, and Hitachi Energy has about 80% of the energy market globally, right? So, and I was one of the folks that developed I was product manager for their predictive analytics as well as their predictive maintenance and vegetation management solutions. So we looked at Esri and we looked at other solutions. Esri is just too expensive. So one of the challenges we have is that utility substations don't necessarily like to go with new technology. At least they're apprehensive working with new technology. So I'd be curious to learn what's the number one challenge you've had working with energy companies, and then I'd like to follow up offline with you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Actually, we're in close connection with Hitachi Energy. We were just discussed the pilot project, and we are up to launch it. So we will get in touch.
Okay,
I'm sure we know the same people then. Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Raj. If there are more questions, please use Zoom chat section. Next is Modular CX, a UK-based startup empowering e-commerce players to create, manage, and publish 3D online shops. And here we go.
Hello everyone, and thank you for being here today. My name is Bilal, and I'm one of the co-founders at Modular CX. I'm also excited to share with you how we seek to transform a world of online shopping. At Modular CX, we are driven to reinvent retail by combining emerging 3D technology and creativity that allows brands to offer a personal and engaging shopping experience. The reason for this limited adoption is due to three core obstacles. First, it's expensive to implement with upfront 3D costs ranging between $20,000 to $200,000. Second, it's difficult to manage with over 70% of brands lacking specialized in-house talents. And third, it's challenging to scale with a 200% jump in operational costs when expanding 3D solutions across products or regions. In summary, the hurdles of high investment requirements, talent scarcity, and scaling complexity have restricted the adoption of 3D until today. And that's where Modular CX comes in. We've created a platform that allows brands to effortlessly adopt next-generation 3D web solutions. With Modular CX, brands can present their products in 3D, transforming their discovery. They can also offer product customization through our real-time 3D configurators. And also, they can offer virtual try-on experiences to boost purchasing confidence. And they can also easily create realistic 3D models for engaging presentations. No longer do the hurdles of cost, expertise, and scale stand in the way. With Modular CX, these benefits are now more accessible than ever. And this scalability is achieved thanks to our proprietary technology, industry-specific features, an integrated platform to streamline deployment, customizable templates for ease of use, and vertically aligned modules. While others offer fragmented point solutions, our end-to-end platform and expertise enable effortless 3D adoption.
In this example, you can see a company that incorporated 3D visualization on their website as well as customization. Our total addressable e-commerce market is a staggering 6.4 trillion globally, We're focused on luxury, premium, and specialty retail, a $75 billion segment primed for our 300% annual growth plan. We're targeting a market cap of 120 million within the next 3 years.
And to support our target ambitions, we've adopted a pricing model that is designed to fit every budget and includes an upfront setup cost for initial implementation, ongoing monthly subscriptions for continued platform access. This offers low barriers to start and a flexible ongoing option for companies at any scale. With regards to our competition, while many in our space focus on high-touch custom solutions, we've identified a unique market position, delivering high value through a self-service model. This allows us to serve premium sectors more efficiently.
Led by our visionary CEO, our team brings together award-winning creative talent, AI innovation experts, financial leadership, academic researchers, and e-commerce specialists. Our journey so far has been truly remarkable. Within the last 3 years, we've evolved from core 3D tech development to being in a growth stage backed by more than 14 case studies and many different industry accolades. We're now expanding our strategic partnerships and driving more direct sales, which soared by 316% since last year. I'd like to thank you all for listening to our pitch.
Okay, questions for Bilal? Yeah, Hemant, please go ahead.
Hey, great product, by the way. I did like the presentation. So the quick question is, how is, the ease of use when it comes to the retail? I see you're targeting the luxury retailers and specialty retailers and all that, right? And I'm just thinking more in terms of a marketplace. So can you just talk a bit about, the ease of use and how scalable is it outside the spectrum you're looking at?
So when we're talking about ease of use, are we talking about the end customers who are going to be customizing or interacting with a solution?
Exactly.
Or are you asking about brands who want to adopt our solution?
So, I'm primarily targeting the end user, who's the user of your, application, right? So how easy, compared to your competitors. So how easy is it, to create an 3D model? And that's one. And second is I'm not a retailer, but I'm a seller. I would want to sell a product into a marketplace, right? And how easy is it for me to do that using your platform?
Okay, it's an excellent question. We have to make a distinction. So we are not a marketplace, even though we do have a client that is actually creating a next generation 3D marketplace. What we do is we would work with your existing channels. Let's say you have a website, or let's say you have a lot of stores worldwide. Once we are done, we provide you with a link, and this link is seamlessly integrated with your website, and you can also use it as a standalone tool on an iPad, on a big touchscreen device. So once we're done, that's what you get. And of course, there are layers of integration that you can do through our platform. But the integration is very smooth, and you can compare it to how you embed a YouTube video on your website. It's the same the process. So there's no effect on your website.
Fantastic. Let's take next question from Preeti. Preeti, please go ahead.
Thank you. So you said that product is being used in retail. Are you seeing customers from other verticals or other industries also? Because this is such a broad usage for 3D imaging.
Absolutely. And this is where we are differentiating ourselves. I take packaging as a great example. We targeted packaging around 3 years ago, and they had a big problem that, as you know, they're selling packaging, but there's always services involved. And this service is predominantly offline based. So with us, they've managed to take their packaging customization online, and it has been a truly transformative technology that allowed them now to sell over e-commerce, customized packages.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
I answered your question.
Thank you. Yeah.
If there are more questions, please use chat section. Next is Digital Keys, an Australian startup offering 5G IoT access control solution. And here we go.
Hi, my name's Steve Dunn and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Digital Keys. And we sell 5G IoT connected smart locks and the software that controls them. So the physical security industry hasn't really changed much in the last 200 years. We're still using the same technology to control access to our assets and to secure them. And this is metal keys and mechanical locks. And this causes huge amounts of problems to many different industries. For example, it's a $30 billion a year problem in cargo just in the US alone. So electronic access control systems are not that much better than the old metal key systems. Many of them require a lot of on-site network infrastructure and a lot of on-site equipment. And many of them are also disconnected, so they're unable to capture data and take advantage of analytics. And many of them do not work out of the box either. So our company, Digital Keys, has built a complete end-to-end 5G IoT smart access control solution. Our IoT platform is hosted at AWS, and we have SIM cards inside our smart locks, enabling us to communicate to the products over the network. Here you can see our 5G IoT smart padlock, and we have a SIM card at the bottom of the circuit board here, and then large lithium thionyl chloride batteries, which are able to give us over 2 years battery life. And we have a sleep mode, which is unlike Wi-Fi solutions, which are always on and always listening. So in addition to the smart locks, we have the Digital Keys app, asset management software, APIs, and the IoT platform. So we have a SaaS business model where we charge $3 per unit per month. We have good models on the hardware, and we're looking to bring more security products and IoT devices onto the platform into the future. We've already released a 5G IoT smart door lock in 2019 with Vodafone and Huawei, and we manufactured over 1,000 units and sold them to banks, hotels, offices, universities, and then the trade war hit. So for the last 3 years, we've been migrating away from Huawei over to AWS. We're seeing a lot of demand from electricity companies, shipping container companies, logistic companies, and construction sites who are looking to put their product out on the street where they've never had this opportunity before, because otherwise you need Wi-Fi solutions. But this is more about being able to secure assets and bring the assets online. It's also about management efficiencies as well. So, for example, an electricity technician would not have to pick up metal keys at the start of the day, drive out to meter boxes, and then drive back across town at the end of the day to return the metal keys. Here are some of our low-hanging fruit and the customer segments, and these are our SaaS revenue projections for the next 5 years. So I come from a background in asset management and working in local government, and our CTO, Max, has worked at AWS and EY, and we have Colin, one of our directors, who has over 30 years experience in the telecommunications industry. So we invite you to join us as we unlock the future with 5G IoT smart access.
Believe it or not, but Steve is up at 2:30 a.m. his time in Australia to answer your questions. Chip, go ahead, please.
Yeah, really great concept. And thanks for the presentation. I'm wondering about the size, and the unit that you showed looked almost like a prototype, and I'm wondering if you're working on miniaturization to make it sort of, smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're in the lock manufacturing industry, but we're not lock manufacturers. We're the smarts behind it. So we buy top-selling RFID keycard locks off the shelf. We throw out their circuit boards, and then we put in our 5G IoT circuit boards. So we're not limited to hardware design, and we're certainly looking at a smaller sort of indoor padlock at the moment. But this one is specifically we chose because it's rigid and can handle the environment and use outdoors.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Great. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Good morning. Just a quick question around your target market. So you have listed a lot of B2B entities and industries that you're targeting. Is there a B2C element that you're also looking at?
Not really. At the moment, yeah, our low-hanging fruit are the large critical infrastructure companies. Some companies have told us that they did audits of their assets during COVID, and they found that they had, anywhere between 1,000 to 1 million units that they want to secure. So yeah, we're sort of really we're hearing a lot of demand for orders between 10,000 or 100,000 units at the moment from one critical infrastructure company. So this is the first time that they've had the opportunity to get connected access control out on the street. So yeah, that's where our focus is. But we're not going to say no to any other opportunities.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hemant, please go ahead.
Yeah, a quick question, Steve. It's a great idea, but as an organization, if I'm going to buy 100 units of, the asset, and what kind of access do I, have? So apart from monitoring the real-time status of the asset, do I have an access to remotely lock and unlock, or do a remote access management and all that? What does the organization get?
Sure. So yeah, you can remote unlock from anywhere in the world, basically. And you can get live events, and you can also use it for tracking as well. There's an inbuilt GPS chip, and there's also a tampering alarm inside there. So if anybody attempts to break it, you can get a live notification to say that someone's attempting to break in, and there's also an audible alarm on there. There's also a temperature sensor in there as well. And so, yeah, lots of wonderful features that you can add once you bring a product online.
Got it. So it is customizable, right? I do see the big size locks, but for example, if I'm looking at a till in a convenience store or a gas station, can that be customized for the smaller size of business too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've got so many different applications. We've got just 12 applications listed on the website, but there's probably 50 to 100, and yeah, and that's why we built the APIs, so that we encourage people to sort of choose the features that they want to add to their own software and their own apps, because yeah, everybody's got their own sort of unique needs and wants and applications.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. There are more questions for you in chat. Please take care of them. Next is Journey Foods from the USA. They are transforming the food and beverage development industry using AI. It's a different kind of pitch. Please enjoy.
One thing that I remember when first introducing Journey Foods to the fold was truly around focusing beyond sort of consumer insights and driving massive sets of data, but really thinking about more intentionality around the problems that I have been working through in the industry, and that is around nutrition and sustainability. Many companies across the world are trying to meet consumer demands around nutrition and sustainability at the same time that they're faced with supply chain availability, with cost issues, with research and federal and local regulations. And that leads to a lot of challenges in the time it takes to get food products to the market. This can push back food product development by several months into several years to optimize around things like bioavailability and solving for food byproduct waste, among other things. And we focus at Journey Foods on generating improved or alternative or conceptual recipes, but largely using data that includes both the supplier information, and so creating recommendations around supplier, but also creating recommendations about cost. At the end of the day, I believe that many of you want to bring the best products to the market, want to bring the best innovations to your ecosystems, but most decisions are made around costs and availability, and we have to be very honest about that. And at Journey Foods, that's exactly what we do. We focus on giving our customers tools to improve their portfolio of packaged food products when it comes to small or even large nutrition and sustainability enhancements. But really, we give them actionability insights, right? So if you want to decrease, let's say, the sugar, or swap out all artificial ingredients and increase your nutrition score on a packaged food product, we also make sure that we can provide as much cost and supplier data as possible when making that recommendation. I think that's something that has been limited when you think about AI, is like both what is my implication and action. So I would love to hear your feedback around this, maybe even where you thought Journey Foods did before this call, and where you think AI and actionability in the supply chain can go.
Fantastic. That is Rihanna from Journey Foods. She could not join the call today, but yeah, if you have any questions for her, please feel free to put them in chat section, and I'll make sure that your questions are being answered via email or LinkedIn. Wow, there have been 12 presentations back to back with a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights. I'm sure that you love them a lot. But yeah, before we get into end of the event, I would request our jury members to talk about one or two or probably at most three startups that stood out for you. What are your thoughts on what kind of startups really made you excited, intrigued? And I would start with Justin.
Sure, Pankaj, happy to chat about that. Of course, the lens I'm looking at it from is how I could assist and collaborate. I thought all the presentations were amazing. Digital Key was a standout, which I recorded in my forum and feedback, and I look forward to speaking with them further.
Fantastic. Really appreciate that, Justin.
Of course.
Let's see who wants to go next. Abhinav, do you want to go next?
Sure. First, I want to thank you, Pankaj. This is a great event. Thanks for organizing this. This is a really good platform for not just the startups, but also the investment community. I found a couple of interesting ones. Certainly, I was very impressed with, although all of them are really good ideas and really good hard work going behind all of these pitches. The ones that stood out to me were InStory, Boatmate, and Digital Keys.
Fantastic. Appreciate that, Abhinav. Chip?
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. Great presentations. I would say things that were interesting to me that stood out. Like Digital Key, I think also was pretty interesting, pretty unique application. I think Kernel has a lot of opportunity. I was concerned with the question about language, especially in the India market. And I think MapFlow was interesting as well, although I don't know the market well enough to say, hey, this is really something unique. So
awesome. Thanks a lot, Chip, for your feedback. Preeti?
Hi, thanks, Pankaj. Great event as usual. There were a lot of startups that were interesting. I really liked Zero Circle because they are solving something very critical for startups that might not want to raise venture financing, but companies want to use that financial aspect. Journey Foods was interesting in story, and I think Boatmate reached out already, and these are some companies I expect to engage.
Awesome. That's good. Hemant, do you want to go next?
Yeah, Pankaj. So this is my first time being here with you guys. So I did love this overall presentation. Great lineup of different ideas. And I love the way they were thinking about solving the industry-wide problems, right? So awesome. It was a good experience for me. And to name a few that stood out, it's very hard for me to rank, but I'll just let you know based on my experience and what I see. So the InStory one stood out really for me because I've personally dealt with real-time issues in the marketing space. I've seen that happening. And also with the digital keys as the next step towards moving away from the physical assets. So that idea was great, and I see a lot of potential out there. And the Inner Circle too, that was something new that I came across today, and I see a lot of potential opportunities in that space too. Overall, the great presentation by all the startups today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Hemant. Michelle, do you want to go next?
Yeah, thank you. I would echo Preeti in terms of the three top startups for me: Zero Circle, InStory, and Journey Food. The one that is intriguing to me is Journey Food. I don't I don't know what is the client, so we don't have really we didn't have the opportunity to discuss more questions. But Zero Circle, definitely there is a need. Myself, I've been in the financial services industry all my life. So in Instorate, I know how difficult it is to produce videos. So
Right.
at scale or easily, quickly, cheaply. So very good. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Michelle. Pooja, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I did like a lot of the startups, but I think the ones I'd like to highlight are InStoried. I have sold Synthesia, so it sat really well with me. It looks like a really good competition. Sorting Robotics was interesting as well. GeoAlert, I work in I sell to the telecom vertical, so I'll definitely connect with them to understand more. And I did like Journey Foods a lot too.
Awesome, awesome. No, Pooja, your support to GeoAlert would be highly appreciated because you understand the telco market so well. So please, let's connect separately. Let's see who else. William from Kindle.
Yes, hello. Yeah, I liked actually a general observation. You know, they've all done a really good job in identifying what the problems are out there at a macro level. Okay, but this goes back to my earlier comment and question to Boatmate. You know, where's the granularity in terms of TAM, SAM, and SOM? Okay, that's the general observation I had across all of them. I didn't see any clear leaders in answering that question. Okay, however, from the intersection of my interest, my investment thesis, where I work and play, I'm mostly interested in Penta AIP, okay, in terms of risk modeling and crossover into financial services, geo alerts, okay, and then also if they can nail down the TAM, SAM, and SOM a little bit better, Zero Circle.
Yeah, so Bill, just to answer your question, we don't really focus on the market size in the corporate innovation demo day because this is more focused on the product, product focus, right? We have an investor focused demo day in November timeframe, and at that time we definitely talk about the market size, but not in this event.
Yeah, I mean, and I also give that view from the lens of sitting on our innovation board and selection committee, which we've had some discussions at that. I'm on that committee and board under corporate strategy and Kyndryl. Okay, so I need a lens, obviously to see where there's market fit. Okay, in terms of at a macro level where everybody's jockeying for position and how we're going to align to help a company like this in terms of partnering. So
fantastic. Thanks a lot, Bill. Really appreciate your feedback.
No problem.
Yeah, Bill, you have almost taken all my feedback out as well. So as Rainmaker Partners,
I'm stealing your thunder.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. As Rainmaker and Partners, we have a lot of institutional investors and also a lot of, I would say, incubators that would be interested in a lot of all of those products. But again, so as Bill just said, without a clear Tom, Sam, Som, and it's nearly impossible to judge. That would be my general feedback. We're totally aligned here, Bill. So what regarding the presentations, I liked best the digital lock and Boulder. I personally believe this is a very great great products and very great also great investment thesis. Where I think we can help the most from, I would say, Rainmakers and Partners perspective is Penta IP, as we're having a lot of family offices that maybe want to try that out. And on a personal level, for Conformance X, a friend of mine has been working in this space for like 40 odd years. So if you need me, I can do the introductions. Yeah, thank you.
definitely, we never say no to support.
Thank you, John.
Johannes, definitely will appreciate that. Okay, who else is missing? Zach.
Yeah, sure. Because again, thank you very much for inviting me to be part of the jury. It's always great to hear everyone's feedback and to hear all the pitches. I have a bias towards health and medtech and anything that's related to that or could be. So Brand Launch X, I was really kind of keen about that, as well as sorting robotics. And Modular CX, I really liked their pitch and what they're building there. It's something quite interesting. So looking forward to speaking to some of those founders. I've requested for introductions to them and seeing how we can help them with investor relations.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Zach.
Thank you,
Again, thanks to all the jury members for being part of this event, for providing your feedback, for asking some really interesting and relevant questions to the startups. Thanks to startups for putting all the relevant information except market size in this 4 minutes long presentation. And I know it's extremely difficult job to put all the relevant information in just 4 minutes. And I know that some startup founders were really hating me for forcing me, them to do that. But again, really appreciate your support today. And again, as I always say in my, as I always mention in my past events, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a new relationship. If we could have one-on-one calls to figure out how we can support each other, how we can collaborate, I think that would be fantastic. If you can support startups with the core GTM opportunities, with the mentoring opportunities, with co-sell opportunities or pilots, let's have a conversation on those topics. Again, really appreciate everybody's time today. Thank you, and we'll reconnect soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Pankaj.
Thank you.